Hello, I'm going to go ahead and give you a demo for making a diptych in Word. Um, there are also links for you if you want to do this in Photoshop or Lightroom. But hopefully most of you have Word and or you could do it in PowerPoint. So basically I've got a blank Word document open, and over here I'm going to show you two different ways with different images. So if you are working in Word, I was just playing around with it, and you need to think about which image you want to place first. So I'm going to go ahead and place the image that I want to have on the left side of my diptych. Once all I've done is I've created a folder on my desktop that has the 4 images that I'm using, and you can just drag that image into Word. If you click on the image, you should get the ability to make the image smaller and to keep the aspect ratio, so the size of the photo. You can just click on the photo, so if it's not highlighted, you can't really do much to it. Whereas if it's highlighted, you can drag it in and change the size of it, right? Because I want the pictures to be able to fit next to each other. So I'm going to go ahead and make it smaller, and then I'm going to drag the second photo over. And of course it's also too large, so I'm going to go ahead and click on it, select it basically, and make it smaller, and eventually it will be so the 2 photos can be next to each other. And then I'm just going to make them as close to the same size as possible. So a little teeny bit bigger. And if you hold down the Shift key while you're changing the size of your photo, you have a little bit more control over how they mirror up to each other. So I'm going to be fine if, they're not exactly the same size. I wouldn't worry about it. Once they're on the page, then you can save them. And I would save them back to that desktop folder that I made called Diptych Demo, and I'm just gonna title these Windy Day. Save. And what I would encourage you to do is, instead of turning in a Word document, go ahead and convert it to a PDF, however you want to do that. I usually go to print and then save as PDF, and boom, now I've got the PDF that you could attach, right? And I'm going to just do one more demo. I'm going to get rid of these. I'm going to show you a different way of doing it. So here, I'm going to drag over this image, and again, click on it, resize it, make it much smaller. And then here I'm going to do one vertical image and one horizontal image. Click on it, select it, basically. Oops, sorry, don't mean to make you sick. And if you want to have a bigger space to work on, you can do it a couple of different ways. You could change your page setup to be landscape, and then that gives you more space, because now I'm trying to get these images to be the same size next to each other, so I can make my now that I've got it in landscape mode, I have a lot more room for them to be next to each other. And if I want to make this white space a little bit bigger, sorry, I think I want to, you can't move it over, but you should be able to use your space bar. Oh, goodness. And let's see if I can just scoot this over. So you'd need to, I would have need to have thought about that before. Let me take this out, maybe space bar it over. Let's see if I can do this. And then select it, resize it, get it up there. And now I have the space in between, and because I use the space bar, I can delete and make this the space a little bit smaller, right? And then of course I would, save these and turn them into, I'm going to go ahead and save this as a PDF, and we'll call it Purple Night. Call it Purple Night. And then I've got now these 2 PDFs that I would upload for this particular homework assignment. So of course, if you do it in Word, you will have a larger backdrop space, but there will be demos for doing it in other applications, and you can use whatever application that you want. Word is going to give you kind of the least amount of control, but I just wanted to show you quickly one way of being able to work on this homework project. So keep me posted with any questions. Thanks.